Excuse me. Still, yeah. I had some Palo Santo burning. It was actually still on under all the ashes. How is everyone doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. We're going into Friday. It's October 1st. October season. Ugh. Halloween. I love Halloween. Halloween has always been my favorite holiday since I can remember. Like, always, it's always been my favorite. I remember always being fascinated with the supernatural and magic and illusion and also like about the human body, like how the brain works and how psychology works into illusion and making people perceive things and stuff like that. Knowing about the optical, you know, about the eye and how the brain works with our body system. Like, it's always been fascinating to me. What's also been fascinating to me is like having near death experiences, and after that, like the aftermath of that, like when people have like crazy clairvoyant um senses, like talking to the dead or talking to angels or talking to otherworldly things, um things like that, talking like angels and demons. um Not per se demons like the ugly demons. I mean demons like just bad energy, energy is energy is everywhere, and energy is constant, and it never, you know and I don't know, I just always been fascinated with those kind of things, supernatural things. Granted, you got the Seven of Swords. Who's running away? It's Aquarius energy. What I say? Granted, nothing has ever happened to me like that, like creepy or anything like that, like supernatural. I've always been scared of it, intimidated by it. At the Knight of Pentacles. You know, it's just witches and stuff like that. It's always magic, justice. It's always fascinated me. I'm not really picking up on the cards because I'm not asking a question. I'm just shuffling and talking. I hope you can hear me through the shuffling and fan that I have here. But yeah, so happy October season. To our close, I know there's a whole bunch of people that are with me on this. I just remember always, like, even telekinesis, like, I've always been fascinated with that kind of stuff. Always. Like Matilda. Matilda was my movie. Oh my god, I loved it. Nine of Wands. I loved Matilda. I was like, man. But that's the thing that I've noticed. That people have to go through life altering, experiences like trauma, like Matilda, right? Matilda, the only reason she was able to do those things is because she had a shit childhood and shit parents. And she was so angry that she focused her mind so well. And that's the thing of the Kundalini experience, the Kundalini rising, that once you master the brain and master your thoughts, master your attention into things, there's nothing impossible. There's no such thing as impossible. That's the way I see it. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm not saying that, fate and things are written in stone. It's just, it's a intertwining, ever flowing, internal, not internal, eternity, like it's infinity. It's, imagine the numbers. The numbers are impossible. So if numbers are impossible, then things are able to happen. Like impossible things are able to happen. Like numbers and life, it goes to the most impossible infinity, like most ginormous, enormous, like all the knowledge that we have that has been broken down and hidden away, and the people have been made so ignorant and stupid. Started with a race, started with pointing the finger at people, saying it's their fault that the world is the way it is. They're so greedy, they're so needy of things. You can't be humble. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I just talk out of my ass and things just, I just believe that everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. But sometimes people can't let go of their ego and not accept things that they don't understand. Instead of learning about it, they rather shut it out and belittle it and talk things about it that are not true, or talk about a person that is not true just because you feel some type of way about that person. Just because they make you feel some type of way doesn't mean that you need to react. Just acknowledge it. And some people can't. They can't acknowledge certain behaviors, their own behaviors. It's so easy to judge people and point the finger. Sorry, I don't like them touching the floor, getting dirty. We got the Queen of Pentacles. I didn't ask a question, but wanted to get into it just because I was getting philosophical and shit. Oh my god, you scared me. I can do it again. So the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very motherly home, like homebody, not homebody, but very homely person. Very motherly. She is focused on the coin though, since it is the Queen of Pentacles. But this queen is very nurturing. The Queen of Pentacles is also the sign of Earth sign of Virgo, Capricorn, and or Taurus. And we got the Master, the will be the Magician, I presume. So this is somebody really in their power, or being very controlling about finances, or like home stuff, home finances, you know, taking care of the home. I don't know, somebody's maybe decorating their house. Oh, October season, decorating for Halloween. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I already have cats and rats on our walls, on our living room, kitchen walls. I love to get lights, but the Master, the Magician is, you know, somebody who's in their power, someone who is able to utilize everything that they have to, you know, to sustain themselves. Very sustainable, very resourceful. That's another thing, very resourceful. But it could also mean that somebody's no, I mean, yeah, it could be control, because this is someone who keeps manifesting, right? So they're very serious. They look very serious. This guy, he's very serious. That's one thing I've always hated about professors and, you know, professors, you know, like, and also doctors, you know, that have this, they think they have to have this image, like, very stern, very, you know, like, very serious. Like, I hate men like that. They're very serious. I'm gonna read the description for the Queen of Pentacles. It says the Queen of Pentacles is the person you would trust with your financial enterprises. Any such venture under her tutelage thrives and brings abundant fruits. See, and the master is the same thing, because like I said, like this is someone who, like I would say, a woman or a mother, like I said, mother, somebody in the home. There's this saying that I've heard mentioned before. I've heard it from a friend. I forget how it goes. But somewhere along the lines of, if a man gives a woman money, she's able to, tenfold it and sustain the house. Like, give a woman, I forgot how. I forget that freaking saying, and it's my friend, a very dear friend, old friend from a long time ago, very dear to me still. I'm reading the description for the master. You are an independent personality, and you should make your own decisions. And you need to find the way out of your unfortunate situation by yourself. You have enough strength, knowledge, and experience to achieve your goals. The only thing you need is desire. If the master appears in front of you, it could mean that you need more agility when making decisions or living more vigorous life. See, didn't I just say that? Like, I hate men that are serious, that they feel they need to be, very stern. This is someone who's maybe too focused in the home, too focused on the pinnacle, too focused on financial situation, on, making the money, that they're forgetting to have fun. And that could result to a lot of things. Just from first-hand experience, and just from hearing, from school, what was it? I think I had finances in school. I forgot what it was called. It wasn't finances, but we talked about budgeting and stuff like that, and how people, when they don't feel happy, or they don't feel happy at their work or in any situation, if they don't feel happy, they will indulge in spending or indulging in, self-indulging. So that's what I mean. Like, that could result into a lot of things. That could result into maybe starting unnecessary fights with, your kids and your wife and kids, husband, whatever. You know what I mean? It could get to a point where it's just stress. You don't mean to take it out on them, but you do, and it's unfortunate, but it happens when you're so stressed at work, especially if you're a boss. I mean, this is boss-like behavior, taking care of things, like I said, especially for a boss, anybody that's in like jobs, you know what I mean, like career, like being a supervisor, stuff like that, manager. It's really stressful when things are on your hand, on your shoulder, when you have so many responsibilities that sometimes You know, if you don't, I mean, maybe you do have to self-indulge sometimes. Have some chocolate. I see why a, a lot of women these days have iced coffee, you know, have their Starbucks. It just makes them happy, you know. It's not about. Are you gonna come in? Okay, now it started creeping me out. That was the cat. But he doesn't want to come in, so I don't know if it was the cat doing that. I forgot what I was saying. I got distracted. I started feeling all these tingly sensations. So yeah. And so this has to do with desire. Doing what you desire, doing what makes you the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This has to do with karma, life cycles. Okay. Just because in my other reading, my previous reading, I did. I don't know if it was my previous reading or my like 2 readings from this one. That sounds confusing. I think I was talking about work, and I believe there was an advice of, you know, keep doing what you're supposed to, even if it seems kind of like unfair, not unfair, but do what you need, do what is required of you, what is your responsibility, you know. This being kind of, you know, being the Queen of Pentacles, you know, someone who you wouldn't trust your financial enterprise, you know. It's business, right? Business. Taking care of a home, taking care of a business, taking care of work, you know, because it's Pentacles is, you know, someone focused on the money, so they're working, so they're doing what they need to do, what's required of them, what is their responsibility. That's what I said, right? You know, especially with the master here, someone who is not in charge, but it's the master. I mean, it's like a professor, you know, someone who is very knowledgeable, very capable. And with the Wheel of Fortune here and the master, this speaks very they're major arcana. Sorry for the long pause. They're major arcana, so this is spirit talking. Heavy on the, you know, the desire part, you know, you have the resources, you have the wisdom, you're capable to have these responsibilities and execute, you know. This is a master that executes. He has everything, and he, you know, the Wheel of Fortune. It seems that your life has been a momentous repetition of cycles. Momentumous repetition of cycles. Have you ever wondered about the true cause of that? Sense the opportunity offered by this card as it appears to people who feel lack of confidence in themselves. It alerts you into action. Beware of events and feelings. They might be a turning point in your life. Get involved. Embrace change. Yeah, this is... So this is somebody that maybe feels that they're down on luck. But because the Master and the King of Pentacles is here, like I said, maybe you're too focused on the Pentacle, or someone maybe, I mean, I know a lot of people like that. They're too focused on the Pentacle because it could be a scarcity fear of, you know, being in scarcity. Oh, it happens a lot to people who were poor, like dirt poor, with no education, and they came up and they just needed to stay up there, so they did everything possible. They would get 2 jobs, sometimes neglect their kids, not neglect, but kind of like put to the side, because they feel they deem necessary to just work, because they're doing it for the kids anyway. They feel like, well, I'm doing it for my kids so they can have what they have, you know. They have what they have because you know, because of what I've been doing. So like I said, I would say that because the Queen of Pentacles and the Master is here, so I feel like a broken record. I keep saying it over and over again. Taking care of home, taking care of responsibilities, being resourceful, being, you know, utilizing resources you have to, you know, that's what will bring your karma, you know, doing things right, you know, doing what's required of you. I don't know, I mean, with the karma card here, with the Wheel of Fortune here, what I read, right? It seems your life has been a repetition of cycles. I do not want to say that word. Have you ever wondered about the true cause of that? Sense the opportunity offered by this card as it appears to people who feel lack of confidence in themselves. It alerts you into action. Be aware of events and feelings. They might be a turning point in your life. Get involved. Embrace change. So I don't know if there's a lot of people, a lot of humans especially humans. Humans. I say humans like I'm not a human. I am an Aquarius, so I just think I'm different. I'm the same but different. Yeah, it's weird. I'm weird. What did I say? Lack of confidence. What is it? What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Says it was saying something about feelings. So, a lot of people suppress feelings. How they feel like. And instead of embracing those feelings, they rather cover it up with fear or anger or pettiness. It's weird. This is the weirdest thing. The Knight of Cups. Yeah. This has to do with I don't know if there's much need of rest. Maybe you're working too much, doing too much because of the home. It has to do with finances, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, someone who's taking care of the home, taking care of finances, you know, someone who is very knowledgeable, very capable, very experienced, so wise. I would say wise. There's a need with the Knight of Pentacles being here. There's a need for excitement, romance, you know? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a poet of redefined feelings. He represents noble sentiments such as elegance and sensitivity. You may let him introduce you to his world of emotions, but be cautious, as he no less often becomes temperamental and loses touch with reality. So, and like I said, I don't know if this is the same person or this is someone coming in. Or yeah, I don't know if this is apart from this. Like I said, this is somebody who I feel suppresses their desires, their feelings, what they really want to do. Or this is someone who is very flirty at work. Because I do have charm and romance, like written on the top. I don't know why. That's why I said, you know, somebody needs a little more romance, a little bit more spice in their life. It's the Five of Swords. I didn't ask a question, so Five of Swords. Okay, please clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Where's the Queen of Pentacles? Please clarify. Where's the Queen of Pentacles here? Yeah. Need some water. Should have some water. So we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands, fully aware of his commanding princess. The King of Wands has no interest in tribal deeds. He is fulfilled, and he pursues a higher purpose. But his personality often exhibits flashes of sheer boldness. Don't forget, the King of Wands unites the fire of the wand suit with an extroverted disposition. I hate that word, disposition. It's a disposition. Okay, so I want to see what I know I didn't use this deck. I didn't use the Masters. Spellcasters through. Masters through. Yeah, because the King of Wands actually came out reversed. So is a corrupt or unjust show of authority, having to submit to the misguided ideas of another. Oh, that's my stomach. I gotta eat something. I only ate like twice today. Or yesterday, Thursday. All Thursday. I only ate like twice, I think. I was tired. I wanted to take a nap. I was so tired. I was so close. I always tell myself, I'm sorry. I don't care. What is it? Having to submit to the misguided ideas of another. A person whom the card represents is in trouble or is in conflict with the current. One's leadership is questioned. One's Experience is not being taken into consideration, failing to live up to one's responsibilities, a need to take a more active role, dishonesty, a need to be more kind and compassionate, disagreement with a highly tutored idea, disrespect for a disrespect for a generally exalted authority figure, an ineffective leader. So I don't know if this has to do with so typically wands is fire, so I don't know if there's a fire sign or just someone who is in the authority position. You know, it could be a boss, it could be a father, you know, or just the authorities, something corrupt. Maybe it's in the business because we have the Queen of Pentacles, so see, that's why I don't like reversals. Reversals kind of confuse me. So there's gonna, because I also have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a swift progress towards an aim, movement, quickness, fast action, heading in the right directions towards achieving a goal. A straightforward and bold approach leads to quick progress. An open display of affection. A relationship is moving quickly. Something, so it doesn't have to do with a relationship. Awaiting news or an unawaited message is on its way. Communication, quick thinking, travel by air. So, yeah, I don't know if someone feels they need to do something corrupt or do something bold, because the King of Wands, he is bold, right? Someone who's thoughtful, you know, who takes responsibility, who's stable, who leads. See, that's another thing. Fairness, good, just leadership. So I don't know if someone feels someone doesn't feel confident in their own abilities to attain success. I don't know if they feel that they don't feel confident, because I think I did read that right in one of the descriptions about having confidence and taking leadership or stuff like that. But there is some kind of swift change with this, so it wasn't the reverse, but you know. So there's a lot of fire energy, a lot of wands. So I don't know if this is earth fire cusp person. Fire being Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Or maybe somebody feels they need a change, right? Because of the Eight of Wands, they need a swift change. there's a need of change. Maybe someone feels that they can't leave a job, maybe. That's what I'm getting. Just as the King of Wands and the Eight of Wands is here, clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. So being of work, finances, you know, somebody feels that maybe they don't feel confident enough of their finances. That's if the energy is of the King of Wands in reverse. But if it was upright, that just means someone is very confident in leading and very trustworthy, a father figure, you know, being at the Masters here too. You know, I could read it in so many ways. But just try to take the message at hand, you know, like being honest, taking care of finances, you know, but also doing things that, you know, set your soul on fire, you know. The Eight of Wands also talks about, I said it wasn't about love, but we do have the Nine of Pentacles, so I was wrong. I forgot. It says, oh shit, hold on, sorry. Right here. It says, the pangs of love when one feels as if they're being carried away or swept off their feet very suddenly. An open display of affection. A relationship is moving quickly. Something sought through magic will soon be arriving. So I don't know if someone did maybe made a wish, did some kind of magic and made a wish. A relation magic would be important as a way to, yeah, see. So I don't know if this is I mean, because we get the Queen of Pentacles, it could be male or female, but this is someone who has children, who has a home, who's a father or mother figure. You know, a man could be a father and a mother, right? But this is someone who is taking responsibility, taking care of things in the home. Right? Why is the Master here? Could you please clarify the Master? Can you please clarify the Master? Why is the Master here? What can you tell me about the Master? Another thing that I wanted to say. The Queen of Pentacles, it says someone that you could entrust your enterprise. So I don't know if the King of Wands or the Master is entrusting this Queen of Pentacles energy with a business, and they want this person to change the dynamic. Yeah. Because the way I see it here, she's looking at him. He's looking at her. She's expecting him to lead. He's expecting her to take care of the business, right? There's something like that. Just the way I see the picture. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands talks about burdens. So I don't know if someone has to let go of burdens. Things that are out of your control. And Seven of Pentacles is awaiting efforts to bear fruit. So careful work and patience is building up, and they will soon see results. Working towards a good fortune. Patience is challenged, but holding. Success will be attained after delay. A long-awaited bounty is soon to come. Yeah. So, like I said, this is someone doing what's required of them, right? Putting in the efforts, bearing fruit, patiently doing the work, either because they have some burdens, they're holding a lot of burdens. It could be home related, you know, family related, you know, taking taking care of business. So I don't know if you need people to help you to balance the load. Because this right here. You are a person who never hesitates to accept responsibilities, but you do not have to place everything on your shoulders. Let others help you. Balance the load. It says movement without a plan or clear course of direction. Time to pick up and go. Gathering up energy. Withdrawing one's energy. Talent. And resource. Also, withdrawing one's energy, talent, and resources from a particular situation. A hasty, difficult move. Impede progress, but progress nonetheless. Harbored burdens obscure the vision. Getting kicked out, fired. Okay. That's another thing. People's sense of responsibility get in the way of the things that they really need to do. And that means taking care of emotions, trying not to take other people's responsibilities and not doing the most, So, like I said, there's swift movement. So I don't know if this is a father or a mother that feels that they need to leave a job or leave a home. I'm only gonna say home because we have the Queen of Pentacles here. And then we have the Queen of Wands being there's a father figure. And then we have mother. I'm just saying. But I think it has to do with work. Because we do have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is someone who is working and working and working, and they feel like they've been patient enough because they're taking too many burdens, too many responsibilities. They're taking too much load, too much of a load. So the Master's here working, taking responsibility, not doing what is, you know, taking care of himself, right? Not really just take care of himself, but not, you know, taking too much on himself. So that would mean to drop burdens, you know, just so can we clarify here the Wheel of Fortune? What is the Wheel of Fortune here? Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Guys, this is why is this Wheel of Fortune here? Can you please clarify the Wheel of Fortune? Okay, tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Jesus. So I don't know if this has to do with an end of a cycle, because we do have the World here. In the World, I believe it talks about you know, what comes around goes around. You know, there's an end and a beginning. And so it says, everything in your life has come to its final perfect form. You're certain about your goals and you take pleasure in your achievement. You have understood that happiness is reached through wholeness. It is not a coincidence that the world has appeared to you. It comes to those who have found a balance between their inner self and the universe. But it came out in the reverse, so like I said, this is someone who needs to go within. You need to find balance in their life because they're too serious, working too much, they're taking too many burdens. They're not confident enough to move, or you know, they're taking responsibility, taking too much burdens, you know. Father, mother figure. The Four Cups talks about as someone contemplating an offer. But if you guys remember what I said in the descriptions of the other cards, I remember hearing about taking an offer or an opportunity, something like that. I think it was the Knight of Cups, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so the Four Cups here. Introspection, self-reflection, contemplation, rejuvenation, re-evaluation, meditation, apathy. I know, I'm still reading the books. I mean, I know what they mean, but I like to go into deep detail into other things because I forget other aspects. Because Four Cups, like this, for example, Four Cups. This is someone contemplating, right? They're folding their hands. They're like, I don't know. I don't think I want that. How about those other 3 cups you have behind you? You know, that could be good in many sense. That could be good in a work sense, you know, knowing your worth and, you know, knowing your options and stuff like that. It could be good in love, but if you and someone else is not on the same page, it could throw off a lot of things. So it's in every aspect, being that, you know, this has to do with the Wheel of Fortune, so this has to do with find it. 4 cups. See, presents possibilities. Hold on. An offer is extended. An opportunity is unnoticed or actively ignored. Overanalyzing causes one to miss out on real and present possibilities. Thoughtfulness, contemplation. Let's see what the world says on here. Okay. The symbol of life, harmony, nature, good fortune, success. Fate comes full circle, positive destiny, a needed change, spiritual, immaterial, wealth, a cycle, wealth, fertility, joy, a victory, enlightened existence, opportunity. And it did come out in the reverse with the 4 cups and stuff like that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, like I said, there's a cycle. Someone who I said something else about cycles, right? It's been a repetition of cycles. Where did I read that? See, I forget things. So, the Wheel of Fortune here is here because there's a cycle that needs to end. Maybe because there's new opportunity or a contemplated opportunity that's going to set somebody off. You know, the Chariot is choosing not to be tied down, travel, action, triumph, preparing for a major change, swiftness, movement, opportunity, a visitor, a person who is exalted or respected. Being driven by one's guiding light or sense of purpose. Full speed ahead. It could represent a vehicle too. So, like I said, yeah. The Wheel of Fortune, but this could be a missed opportunity too, though. That could be someone's misfortune, or somebody else's one's trash could be somebody else's treasure, right? Or maybe someone's contemplating too much on ending the cycle and moving forward. That could be a big missed opportunity. So I don't know if there's a new cycle beginning or there's a cycle that needs to end. Because 21 that's it, the world. It's 21, that's the end of it. Leo, Taurus. I'm gonna say Aquarius. And Libra? I don't know. Or Gemini, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I don't know if someone's coming around, somebody new. It could be this Knight of Cups, like I said. Like, I don't know if this Queen of Pentacles and this Master, I know this is one energy. I don't know if the Knight of Cups is the same person. This could be, like I said, this could be somebody else. What is this Knight of Cups? And the Knight of Cups is... Let me see if I can find it here. Knight of Cups. Right, no. Yeah. Because this person, he has an offer, right? But the Knight of Cups, I believe he's on a horse. So, let's see what this Knight of Cups is. Can you please clarify this Knight of Cups, please? Oh, jeez. So, I don't know if you're being watched by this person or somebody, or... We have, I have the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess, this is how they came out. The High Priestess is in reverse. So I don't know if someone's not using their intuition. And I said there's a new love too. There's somebody new. You got the Ace of Cups. This is somebody new, or new love, or self-love. Or maybe this is someone not, or I mean this, or and this is someone who is very spiritual. Because we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very spiritual. But the High Priestess also talks about oh, no, never mind. That's, yeah, never mind. Yeah. This is someone who's very quiet. Doesn't reveal a lot of things. Is very, she gives bits and pieces. Right? It's a spiritual knowledge and psychic ability, the threshold of the path, the spiritual aspect of humanity, an intuitive and spiritual enlightened individual, the idea of an ideal lover, idolizing a submissive or feminine lover, spiritual seeking, initiation, psychic ability or a psychic vision, spiritual wisdom, calm, exploration of mysticism, magic, or other occult arts, secrecy, mystery. A story is slowly unfolding, not revealing all, not is all being revealed. This kind of throws me off because this is something that I would not like to happen to me. So the High Priestess in reverse, because since I did have the High Priestess here in reverse, it says an individual who is disliked or envied, revealing too much, superficial understanding, concealment, a lack of spirituality, a misuse of magic, misinterpretation of psychic vision, or ignores one's intuition, denies one's spiritual nature. A flaw is revealed in something that was previously idolized, misguided ideas, suspicion. So, I don't know. But I've been pretty much reading all these upright. You know, I've been acknowledging that they've been coming out in reverse. Because, like I said, we could read these in many situations, many ways. You know, someone's not using their intuition, their feelings, like I said, their desire for new love or new self-love, because Ace of Cups stuff does talk about self-love and healing, self-healing, self-love healing. Is the element of water, so that's Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And we do have the Knight of Cups, right? So that's also water. High Priestess. See, yeah, this is somebody. This is, either a Pisces, Scorpio individual, and it could be Cancer too, though. Yeah, this is a water sign individual who's very spiritual, very very Piscean like. Piscean, what I mean is like very fantasy like. They very other, not, they got very fantasy, very I don't know, think about fairies and stuff like that, like very mystical. There you go, mystical. Oh, no, mystical. So, like I said, the Ace of Cups I have in the description here. That says the element of powers of water, love, healing, peace, time for plenty, creativity, and outpouring of emotion. The spirit shines. Great blessings, true love, romance. The spirit is at its most malleable. Malleable, yeah. So, like I said, I don't know if this has to do with in creative endeavor, and I think this came out in another message too. Creative endeavors. So I don't know if this has to do with a creative endeavor that speaks to someone's soul and does. This is a person who that needs to do what they need to use their emotions and their intuition to the spirit, intuition, and love. The Page of Cups. No, this is the page. I said knight. This is the knight. The Knight of Cups is a poet of redefined feelings. He represents noble sentiments such as elegance and sensitivity. You may let him introduce you to his world of emotions, but be cautious as he no less often becomes temperamental and loses such touch with reality. See, very imaginative, right? I like it though because it says right here he loses touch with reality. But if you have someone who is grounded as the Queen of Pentacles, resourceful and capable as the Master, you know, confident and responsible like a father, you know, why not have this little, you know, like in the world of romance, you know, being swept off your feet, right? I did read that, being swept off your feet. So I don't know if this is someone that needs to, like I said, they need excitement in their life. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. Or new love, or a type of self-love. They need to do, like I said, maybe this is a person who needs to self-indulge self-indulge in emotion and love and self-healing, you know. I like this message and everything. I like that. I'm just gonna I'm gonna shuffle with these cards again and see what we could get of advice, and then I'll get motivation. The motivation manifesto. Can you please give me an advice? Can you please give me an advice? Message. An advice message. And it makes sense with my previous tarot readings, you know, people giving up on love, maybe giving up on love and focusing just on the pinnacle, on financial situations and, you know, responsibilities, and not doing what sets your soul on fire, sets your heart on fire, you know, what makes you happy, you know. You know, self-indulging, but, you know, in the most healthy way, you know, having, you know, because the Ace of Cups talking about self-love, talking about love in general, you know. I've always said that love heals all. Love heals trauma, and love is patient, you know. Love is all those things. Love is kind. What it says in the Bible, love is healing, and the element of love overpowers everything. Overpowers strife, overpowers trauma. It could heal anything. Love is the one thing that could actually turn the whole world around. Love. Because if you think about it, it's all a cycle. It's all a perpetual cycle. It starts somewhere and it ripples in effect. Once you heal it with love, it seizes anything that's bad, honestly. Okay, please get an advice message. Or just a message. Like I said, if you think about it, it's a constant cycle, perpetual cycle. It's a ripple effect. Once you strike a baby, once you neglect a baby, the lack of love in someone's life could alter that person's perspective, their mind, their self-image. It could do a lot of things. And that one person could create a ripple effect of you know, not well-adjusted humans, you know, people just raising kids, and these people are once that person feels that lack of love, the lack of love, that person is only gonna perpetuate what it has experienced, what it has felt. And if it has felt lack of love, they're not gonna know how to give that. They're not gonna know how to exert that, because they never experienced it. They never felt what that is. So then you have, you know, your minions of horrible little kids that are little mini-me's of you, or of that person, you know, that horrible not horrible person, but that person that was, you know, treated horrible, or, you know, whatever, becomes a horrible person and creates horrible little mini-me's of himself, you know. It all starts somewhere. And then we gotta learn to acknowledge those things, accept those things, and forgive and move on. Know and acknowledge that things that have happened to you, things that will happen to you, are not happening to you, but for you, for your better lack of wisdom, you know. You cannot talk about something that you know nothing about, that you've never experienced, that you've never, you know, experienced yourself or felt yourself. So that's why I believe in these theories of this lady named, I forget her name. Susan, no, not Susan. She was a hypnotist for, I believe, an Air Force or Navy base. I want to say Diana. No, not Diana. And she was able to talk to other worldly things. They say they come from other planets, other dimensions, that she speaks to through these people that she undergoes hypnosis. And basically, oh, I didn't even notice the King of Pentacles was there. And we did have the King of Pentacles. Oh no, the King of Wands. So again, I believe we have a true pair. Because we have the King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles is someone who is responsible, who's hardworking. You may well believe that the King of Pentacles has the Midas touch. Whatever he sets his mind on becomes, Whatever he sets his mind on becomes a success. He has a skill for every task handed to him, and he measures people's worth by what they own, not by spiritual depth. Ooh, I don't like that. He measures people's worth by what they own, not by their spiritual depth. So I don't know if this is I said I wanted to the other ones too. I'm sorry. I just wanted to because I didn't sage these cards. I like to see they already feel less sticky. So I don't know if this is someone who's very disciplined and controlled. See what I mean? The master being, because I was saying this is someone who's very controlling, who's very serious, who's very stern, you know, being at the master. Okay. This day is to be enjoyed like a pause at a cool stream during summer's heat. Does not just sound beautiful? Let us not hope for mere chance to change our story. Let us summon the courage to change it ourselves. So will stand in your way. Some will stand in your way. Some will stand in your way. But we mustn't hide or minimize ourselves any longer. All greatness teeters on whether a would-be hero overcomes the terror within the advances regardless. Hold on, let me read that again. All greatness teeters on whether a would-be hero overcomes the terror within and advances regardless. Yeah, I believe this is someone who either feels they don't have the confidence to lead or to take on responsibilities, you know, either home responsibilities, either to become a mother or to run a business, you know, enterprise, being that the Queen of Pentacles was enterprise or motherly. So this is someone. Oh, we have another one here. The great joys in life come when we are spontaneous and authentic while engaging in activities we care about. See, didn't I say that somebody need to do what sets their soul on fire? So, and the great miseries come when too many days stack up where we are conforming and posing while doing things we have no passion for. See what I mean? Yeah, this goes a lot with what I was saying throughout the reading. So yeah, I hope that message helped. Please like, share, subscribe. 18 plus. I should have said that in the beginning. Anywho, if this reading resonates, please write in the comments. Let me know. I like to know. I like to be nosy. I like to live vicariously through other people's drama. Maybe that's my problem. I don't do too much of what I want. That's another thing that I wanted to mention. Just because you feel some sort of attraction to someone doesn't mean that that person has to be in a relationship with you, or you know, or that means that you have to be sexually active with that person, or even have some, like I said, have some kind of relationship with that person. Like I said, I've said before, you only learn things from people or situations that speak to your heart, that, you know, that it just, I just want to, the example of, you know, teachers could have the most impact in children if they were so nurturing and loving and caring. Most of them aren't. But sometimes that doesn't matter if the teacher isn't appealing to the student's eye, you know, the appeal to the student. They're not gonna want to listen. So I've always believed that, and this goes along with the that situation with Derek Johnson, I believe. That whole hype that's been going around about him. I've gone through similar experiences of that situation. So it kind of resonates when they talk about Derek Johnson and stuff like that. I used to see his videos, like 1 or 2 videos. I was going through something that one of the titles kind of resonated with me, and I clicked on it. And you know, the only thing that I could think, and the only thing that was crossing my mind is like, this guy is using his looks, his muscles, to talk to women, to get across through the women. Because that's how, you know, they're gonna listen if they see a hot guy like talk about something that, you know, they relate to or resonate to. And this happens with tarot readings, this happens with religion, this happens with pastors and fathers and ministers and stuff like that. It's all to the appeal of the person, right? Presidents and stuff like that, you know, representatives. It's just the image that people like to portray, that they feel they need to portray. And people lose sight of who they really are and worry too much about what others think and don't. Okay, so the whole teaching thing, right? I'm going back and forth. I always do that. So confusing. I know. Keep up with me. If you can't, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. It's been like this for years. I jump from subject to subject, and my mind goes. Um. Your greatest teachers will be those who just make your jaw drop. Teachers, they're just like, they don't have to be hot, just beautiful to look at, you know. Just when she reads to me, like I remember second grade, Miss Sorensen, she would read and she would make me want to listen to her, you know, the way she would read, like so just so like not spontaneous. What is that word? I don't know. She just put a lot of feeling into like reading and just make you want to read, right? It's kind of like Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio, right? Like the way he talks is just so funny, so witty, and so you know, Jiminy Cricket makes you want to be a better person. uh, you know, he's your conscience. So I don't know if that has to do with something. I mean, whatever I'm saying has to do with what I mean, what I've experienced. You know, I've held up. I've held back a lot because I didn't understand some things, like supernatural stuff. All those things scared me, and it was deemed bad, evil, and stuff like that. But it was something that it just it sparked an interest in me, and I always lived vicariously through movies and other people, and looking at other people, how they, you know, especially because I went through a goth phase, but it was only my hair. Like I wouldn't dress, you know, goth or anything like that. I just painted my hair black and did like green tips, and it looked kind of rockerish or whatever. Or emo. I would have like my hair to, you know, covering my face. And sometimes society, because of society, we lose sight of the things that are important, and that's love, you know, being with family, nurturing the family, nurturing yourself. If you nurture yourself, you're able to nurture others, right? that people lose sight of what's really important when society is telling you you need to do this, you need to work, you have to be a certain way, or else you're considered weird or different. But we have to do what sets our soul on fire. If it's not hurting anybody, to live your life, if you're living your life and not hurting anybody, then you have to continue doing things that, like I said, set your soul on fire, set your heart on fire, that sweep you off your feet, like I said in the descriptions. Take that in consideration. Don't It's a balance of things. If you need help with responsibilities, speak or let somebody help you. you know Self-care, self-love is very important, because then if you're running on empty, like I said, you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna be taken out on other people. You're just gonna be frustrated, mad. So it's better to take care of yourself, to take care of others. Because when you're good, when you're at peace with yourself, you're at peace with the world. And nothing can, shake your faith, shake your sense of living, your sense of love, don't let the cruel world harden your heart, harden your love for the world. And there's one thing that I wanted to say out loud, and just supernatural, Sam and Dean, all those things, and this new show, Lucifer. If you put those things, like those shows, together, and put all the knowledge of demons and angels not knowing why humans feel a certain way, like that's a constant theme. Okay, the reason we're put into this 3D, it's been said that every person is a celestial being. Okay, celestial meaning take the meaning of the term how you want: celestial, angel, or other worldly being. Okay, we're all put in this earth to learn and experience human beings just living. Okay, the lady, I forget the lady's name, this is relevant because she says that her other worldly friends or whatever from other dimensions or other worlds has spoken through these individuals who have undergo hypnosis, saying that every soul, every person reincarnates more than once, more than 5 times, more than 100 times, because they have to experience every race, every gender, and every living creature in this earth to experience everything. So imagine the millions and thousands of species of animals and living things, which I mean plants. And I do believe plants are alive and they do talk to each other, because there's been such scientific I could be wrong, but I've heard that in the Amazon, when trees are being cut down or eaten or being devoured, that tree talks to the trees around it, surrounding the tree. They start to exert some kind of poisonous excretion, or it starts becoming a poisonous tree, and in turn, try to kill whatever it is that it's eating them. I've heard of such thing, right? So, like I said, being that there's many creature living things, animals, not just animals, insects, mammals, all that, we have to go through every life experience. That's why they say that people have many past lives and stuff like that. And there needs to be a change in all those esoteric or weird things, There needs to be people don't understand it, so they fear it. So it's been like I said, been deemed evil and bad, and that's why it's been taken from our knowledge, from our tradition, from our, just like how they say that Kung Fu and Wing Chun, all those were traditions, and they were passed down by generation, this knowledge of, self-discipline. That's what Wing Chun is. That's self-discipline, discipline of the mind and the body, of body movements and stuff like that, using your whole body and stuff like that. And also being conscious and aware, because you have to be, like I said, you have to be conscious and aware of your own body movements. And not just that, you have to anticipate, your opponent's movements and stuff like that, and try to reverse whatever it is that they're doing, their attack, reverse their attack. It's all an introspection, self-reflection. It all has to do with everything. And yeah, now I made it worse. Now I made it clear. Alright, well, I hope this message, I hope whatever, I don't know, I rant and talk a lot. And it seems like the people that I talk to are always looking at me like I'm crazy. Like they don't know what I'm talking about. So there's a reason why I do these YouTube things. One, I like to help people. I want to help people. It seems like everywhere I turn, everywhere I go, there's always bad. And I've always been that person, I've always wanted to make the world better. Instead of making it worse, I wanted to make it better. Adding on to the fire. Instead of adding on to the fire, I've always wanted to, calm it. But being an air sign and being very bold and cut dry, very cold. Not cold, but I could add on to the I most definitely add on to the fire, ignite the fire way more than I should. Maybe because my speech, I believe the way you speak, if you speak with control, with intent, and obviously you need some passion into it, but it seems like when I get passionate about things, I get angry, and I've had to learn how to control that. Because like I said, because air kind of adds to the fire, kind of ignites it more. So I think my problem has been that I don't use, not that I'm not friendly or kind, but I'm too intellectual, I'm too logical sometimes, and I'm just always like, well, 1 + 1 is 2, so why can't you get that? I could be like that sometimes. A little kid isn't gonna know what 1 + 1 = 2, It's just, there's a lot of learning that I have to do, a lot of patience that I need to undergo, and I have to be more compassionate and understanding. So yeah, I keep ranting and talking. I'm already into 2 hours. Oh my god! And I think I'm starting to get like lightheaded because I haven't eaten. But I kind of like that feeling. That's another reason why I like to fast. It makes you appreciate food a lot more, and it makes you appreciate life a lot more. I think that's the reason why monks and spiritual, gurus go into the mountain and fast, because it makes you appreciate life and everything that you do have, and it makes you worry less about the things that you don't have. It makes you nurture the things that you do have, and appreciate those things, like life and breathing air, water, the things that you need to survive. It makes you appreciate things a lot more. So I don't know if that's what the King of Pentacles was about. This discipline and control, doing, executing, doing everything, that's put in your path, The King of Pentacles also talks about, somebody who's a boss, who works, like I said, works really hard, but is very much in control. Because if you see here, this is King. This is the king, right? So he's overlooking his empire. Oh, Jesus, I should be sleepy right now. Yeah, it's 1:30, Friday, October 1st, 2021. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long.